today. The extra toasty are not doing it for me.
No?
I've tried those before. I'm just like, they just taste more burnt, which I don't like. So I guess they weren't made for me. Gotta go fight a guy. It's gonna be fun.
Does it seem unordinarily loud? Or is that always how it is?
I'm not sure, actually. It's good. Oh, wow. Okay.
Alright, I've made the tweet.
Excellent. I will give it some life.
Me too. Two minutes early? Were we really early? According to the laptop, we were on time, so...
How odd.
Laptop clock is different from Jalen Harris's clock, I guess.
Go the wrong way.
Okay, Twitter is done.
Hey guys, sorry I haven't been making a stream in these 5 seconds. Oh,
Holy fuck, dude, that new After Dark video is amazing, funny, insightful, emotional, legit one of your best in a while. Thank you. That's what I hope people would say. And not, oh god, you cringe lord, you are going to get banned from the internet. But at least now, if I get banned for a video like that, I know that people will be like, oh shit, we gotta back this dude, I guess. I feel like my audience is very different from most. I feel like they're not the type to be spurred to action easily because they are all jaded as fuck like I am. But you know, maybe if word got out that I had made such statements and that was the cause, it would be different. I don't know.
I
Maybe
can't wait for the
just...
headlines, racist trans person.
Yeah, I mean, like I say in the video, the one argument I can never win is, like, I can't be black.
Right.
But, like, I can be 1,000 times more offended and pissed off than anybody. That's what I consider to be the ultimate message of the video, is, like, no matter how offended or pissed off you are, I promise I can be more offended and pissed off for the opposite reason, you know? Because to me, telling me what I can't say is like telling me, you know, like, you are wrong for being who you are. And I'm like, how is that any different from what you guys have a problem with, you know? I didn't decide to be this way. I didn't decide to learn the words I know and to feel the things I feel.
Whenever it's staggered, it doesn't last very long.
Tom, what do you think of the game so far?
It's a video game.
I'll tell you guys right now, I got real addicted to this game. I was pretty much playing it non-stop since the previous stream. I'm at like level 45. And I've made it to... I'm like deep into the second continent. And I've done every side submission. Because like what's great about this game is that you can just go back to any mission again and just do it all again, but stronger, and like make sure you get absolutely everything. So it's like you get that nice sense of completionism that you can't really get from Dark Souls. Like you can collect absolutely everything in Dark Souls, but it feels kind of pointless. Like Dark Souls is more a game about plotting a route through the game. It's more about like deciding on a build and a playstyle and then doing that. Nioh is like encourages you to just do everything. It's like just go ahead and fucking level every stat, practice every weapon, you know, be capable of doing everything.
I keep going the wrong way.
But it is hilarious how often it will just like straight rip stuff out of the Souls games. Like there's one submission that like just is the same final boss arena as Bloodborne, where you fight a guy with a similar moveset to the final boss of Bloodborne. There's one mission where you have to go through all these like poisoned caverns, and you have to like manage, you know, like your poison resistance and stuff exactly the same as a place in Dark Souls 2. It's just like they took every conceivable idea from the Souls games and just did it a little differently. I assume since you two are games, y'all are excited for Sekiro. I'm excited for Sekiro. I think Tom will have to wait to figure out exactly how Souls-like it is before he gets excited. I don't know, have you been looking at any of the pre-release stuff for it?
I have not. Fuck. Why am I doing?
Do you think you'll make a Nioh video? Absolutely.
Fucking god.
I have to justify the hours that I've spent playing it. How do you feel about analysis of analysis and opinion pieces, but what it could be if done well, not necessarily anything you have actually seen? I think they're great. I love videos that analyze other people's analysis videos. I would love to see more of it. I haven't done a lot of it because I just don't really want to have to watch a shitty video more than once. You know, I'd rather just like broadly criticize, like, just be like, oh, that video sucked, you know, but like getting into the nitty gritty of it, a video would have to piss me off pretty fucking badly for me to go that far. Someone said something about like Mother's Basement like being all in love with the Boogie Pop anime and like hoping, like I think they said that they were gonna pay me to do a rant about it, so I look forward to that. That might end up being exactly what you're talking about. It's just me like going off on Jeff for being a fucking noob.
Are you
CM398 subscribed with Twitch Prime for the 4th month in a row, saying yeet.
Can't even be happy because this game sucks.
Can Tom see the chat text on the screen?
No.
No. Tom relies on me to relay chat messages to him. So by all means, if you want to ask Tom a question, just ask it and I will read it to him. Why does this game's UI remind me of early 360 games? I don't know. You know, I think this game is also on the PS3, so that might be why it looks so much worse than Bloodborne.
That's weird.
Yeah, because I looked up game FAQs for it, and the PS3 was also listed, and I was like, oh. Well, if this is a PS3 game, then it looks good for a PS3 game.
Fuck! Oh my fucking god! I know what I want to do, but my hands are just like, what if we're only good for jerking off? Stop.
Mime Think says, what's the deal with anime and Japanese video games using random ass English words like Berseria or EXE late S? Some of these are like, I can't even read out loud because they're just like a bunch of numbers and letters. Is there any actual reason they go for the most ridiculous, long, and unwieldy title possible? It's just aesthetics. They just think it's cool.
No, no! Oh my god, every time. Every time! Every time I'm fine and I fuck myself.
Don't forget that you dodge faster using low stance.
Yeah, but the problem that I keep having is like I'm safe right in front of him when he does that spinny thing, and I keep immediately being like, I have to run away. See? See? I did it again! So fucking dumb.
Hey Tom, any reason the weekly devlogs haven't been coming out recently?
Because I've done nothing on the game. The last 3 weeks I've been away for New Year's, and then we've been doing PCP things for this week, and this is happening. It's been bad, dude. 2019's off to a bad fucking start.
Dude, let me tell you, I got a one-up for you on your $80 Void, or your $80 Smash.
Oh, okay.
I've got $300 that disappeared last night.
Why?
So here's what happened. After the PCP meetings that we all had, the main thrust of the discussion was where would we have PCP HQ and what would we be doing there? And the main thing that we came to is like the only people who really...
Why does sometimes the chain not hurt me, and sometimes it does?
Oh yeah, somebody did say that the chain wouldn't hurt you.
Sometimes it doesn't.
That's really fucking strange.
But other times
it
the
must
chain...
depend on the moves hit
The
box,
chain, like,
which is
pushes
annoying.
me back into the ball, and I die. Not even a cool, like, oh, you just got impacted, more of just, like, you slid into something, and that thing instantly kills you, and it looks janky and stupid.
You might need more health. You might need to grind or something.
Disgusting.
I don't know.
Every time you say that, I die.
Yeah. How long do you think, like, we would, like, because I could probably write a video about this game already. Like, I'm planning to play more of it so that I can just get, like, a better sense of it, and also because I like it. But like, there's no reason that we'd have to continue streaming this game for much longer.
What?
And I guess my question would be, if you wanted to play this game on your own time, like, it might benefit you more to restart your game and play differently.
I mean, I was planning on doing that before this stream, to just, like, silently restart, but didn't have the time.
Well, I guess my question is, we could just restart now so that you could build up to this more quickly, or I could just beat this boss for you if you're not going to be using this file in the long run anyways. Although you're doing pretty good right now.
Oh, of course. Of course.
That one. He got up with like almost no animation. That was kind of obnoxious. Did you hear, Tom, what are your favorite secret/optional bosses? I haven't fought a whole lot.
Oh, I can't even think of any.
I mean, all the ones in Dark Souls are great. I like the secret final boss in Kirby 64, I guess. I don't know. I haven't played a whole ton of games that have that kind of thing. Anyways, so yeah, we had this PCPHQ meeting discussing like the possibilities, where we were all gonna go, and basically, the only incentives to stay here in Boston is that like Ben and Munchie are here, and Nate's from here, so he has connections here. You know, a few other friends outside the PCP, like Zen Huxtable. There's people who live here that we know of that could potentially work with us. But generally, it's just like the people who are here is the reason to stay. But this is such an expensive place, and it's fucking... I can't stand it here. The weather is fucking terrible all year. So, like, we were talking about the possibility of going to Austin, Texas, because it's pretty cheap, and it's still a cultural center that would benefit us in our job. Seems like a pretty good idea. So, me and May were like, we'll go check out Austin during South by Southwest, which is happening in March, where basically the whole fucking city just turns into a festival, and you can just, like, wander around and go to free parties and have a good time. But it just so happened that South by Southwest's dates were overlapping with a trip that we were planning to take to LA, to Huntington Beach.
No! I'm about to fucking kill your whole family.
To visit my parents.
No! He had like 3 pixels of HP left. God hates me.
Not 3 pixels, but he did have...
It was 3 pixels for an Atari!
So we're planning to go to LA in March, and it was like around the same time as South by Southwest. So we were like, let's just tack on a couple days onto our trip, and we'll fly to Texas first, then we'll fly to LA, and then we'll fly back home. Now, I couldn't exactly remember the dates that we had said we would go. I remembered it as like the 13th through the 20th, but I wasn't sure. To LA, I mean. So we were like, well, South by Southwest, we could go on the 11th, and then fly on the 13th to LA, and then, you know, be there for however long we need to. And my mom had agreed to pay for the tickets for our trip to LA, but we were going to pay for our own, you know, trip to Texas. So we went ahead and reserved a hotel, which we you know, purchased the ability to cancel at any time. And then we also bought a flight to Texas on the 11th. But we had not bought our LA flights yet because we didn't have my mom's credit card info. So we bought this flight, and of course I didn't buy flight protection or cancellation or whatever because I was like, well, you know, there's no reason to believe that the plans are going to change drastically immediately. I also didn't realize that you only have a 24-hour cancellation period before your money is just into the void. So, even though, you know, the flight's not for months. So, I messaged my mom, and I'm like, hey, we need the credit card info so we can buy the flight to LA. We're planning it right now. And then I said, just to check, the date range is supposed to be the 13th through something, right? Now, the reality is that Victor is planning to go on the 8th through the 13th. This is where I got the 13 from. It's actually the last date that Victor was planning to be there. And meanwhile, Shade, his availability is the 2nd through the 10th, but he has not actually set any dates or tried to buy a flight yet. So, our flight to Austin on the 11th is in no way beneficial to these plans at all. It's completely misplaced flight. However, my mom's responses in this Facebook Messenger, because that's how my family talks, is through Facebook Messenger. I had asked her these questions at 11 p.m. and I didn't seem to be getting a response, even though she was like listed as online, and she had responded to the first thing I said, but not to the other things, right?
Right.
At about 5 in the morning, finally all of her messages come through. She had sent all these messages at like 11, and they don't show up until it's been 2 hours after the 24-hour grace period when we could have got the money back. So had her messages shown up on time, then we could have canceled the flight. But because mysteriously none of her messages showed up for me until 5 hours later, it was just past that time. So those $250 each plane tickets to Austin are now completely useless unless we wanted to fly to California and back, and then fly to Austin and back, and pay for another plane ticket from Austin back to Boston. Ultimately, we concluded that we should probably just cancel the Austin trip because it seems like it's going to be chaotic anyways to go during South by Southwest. But, like, that's $300 that is just gone. It's just gone.
So I feel every time I have to pay taxes or a fee or anything.
And, like, it's all... Like, you can blame any number of factors. You can blame me for not checking the dates again, for just, like, misremembering the dates and telling May the wrong dates, not telling her to get flight protection or cancellation protection, my entire family for being the worst at communicating, Shade for still not having picked dates yet somehow. But, like, at the end of the day, this still, in spite of all of that incompetency, could have been avoided if not for the fact that mysteriously the only important messages ever...
Oh, come on! You fucking faggot!
...disappeared into the void for 5 hours. So, that's what happened to me last night.
This is the worst game ever made.
Would it be understandable if Jeff liked Boogie Pop if he never read the books? I mean, I don't think the anime is very good. I've seen a lot of people who seem to like it, who haven't read the books. Like, anybody I've seen who's read the books is like, yeah, you know, honestly, like, the most positive take I've seen on it from somebody who's read the books is from the translator of the books. And I don't know if he's just, like, he just seems to be, like, mesmerized by the fact that it's actually being brought to life in any capacity, you know? But, like, it does seem like people generally like it who haven't read the books, but, like, I think that has more to do with it being very different and very, like...
Fuck! Why does it... I hate this.
Like a very uncommon type of story, that more so than it being, like, a great show. Whereas the book is a great book. It's, like... It would just give you a very different impression, I think. I don't know. And I haven't seen episode 3 of the show yet, so I don't know how well that was handled. Zen Huxtable says, link the video. I don't want people thinking I pussied out. Lol. Oh, sorry. I didn't know it was unlisted. Just I'll link it. Just message it to me on fucking Discord. Tom, hands are for jerking off.
That's what I said.
Tom, what's your favorite side-scrolling platformer?
None right now. Too busy focusing. No! Oh! Fuck!
That was pretty close, man.
Super Mario World.
Tom, are you ever gonna do video essays on your channel again?
Probably not.
Lot Cube says, I find it amazing that the day I renew my pledge is the day you post the one that would make me pledge anyway. Excellent. Hopefully that means you doubled it.
Sounds like he's contractually obligated to now.
What do you think of that Music Nerds anime music analysis vids? I don't know who you're talking about. So, Digi, is your channel copyright shit still in dumb, stupid YouTube BS limbo? Yep.
Oh, okay. The chains have to hurt you. Oh my fucking god. I cannot believe this shit.
Spar Weekly says, don't forget you have a weed connection there. That's worth its weight in gold. Are you talking about in Austin? Are you saying that you live there and are my weed connection there? There's a bunch of people here who live in Austin.
We should go to Austin.
Arbidion says, I live in Austin too. Honestly, one of the best places you can live in your 20s and early 30s. You could definitely find reasonable houses in or near the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're looking into it.
That's why it's like $1,000 less to live there.
Digi, is it true that Munchie actually doesn't hate sex? Yes, that's true. I believe Munchie is sexually active.
Yep. With a furry.
With a furry.
Why is this guy hurting me? Why am I fighting him? What am I doing? What is my life?
Kijoro Bitterthorn, late to stream, clicks on it. As soon as it loads, Tom, fucking cunt, this is the worst game ever.
Did I say cunt?
You did.
I didn't even realize.
Tom just goes into a blind rage, or whatever comes out, comes out.
It really is where all of my bad words come from. I say words, but just with no meaning. I'm basically just screaming. I think that's what all swear words are. Probably the most satisfying to say. Man, now I have fucking homotic, and I have to try. Oh, you fuck! You fuck! You fucking cunt, you're dead to me. That time I did it on purpose.
Oh, he was saying I have Ben's guy here in Boston. Well, I mean, more importantly, weed is legal here in Boston, so... I hate how the audio is low, but when Tom screams, it's fucking full volume. I mean, it's just... The audio is like as high as it could possibly be. Tom is just that loud when he screams. It shakes the earth.
Can you just make up your mind? Oh my god.
You're fucked.
This is the worst run I've ever done. I think I could probably play this on stream for another 3 weeks and not beat this guy. Maybe not 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks.
Would you rather that this be a stream where you are fighting this boss potentially all day, or would you rather it be a stream where you get to move on to the next level?
I'd rather just beat him right now and move on to the next level. But I can't seem to do that because his hitboxes move around constantly.
You were told you're a girl in grade school? Well, I've been told I'm black because I eat doo-doo in my youth. What?
I don't know what that means, but that's weird.
Okay. Oh my god. By another black kid. That's hilarious. Are the other PCP members still at your house? No.
Everybody gone.
That was just for the weekend. What are some games that make your Kokoro go Doki Doki? I mean, this game's pretty pulse pounding if that's what you mean. Did you beat the boss? I mean, I'm way the fuck farther in this game at this point.
I just got an email saying that the median house, like, people have, like, pay for their houses here is, like, half a million in the zip code.
Jesus Christ.
It's the average, or the median.
I'll tell you right now, by the way, this boss, not nearly as hard as the second boss.
Great.
The second boss is really fucking hard. I spent like an entire 3-hour Dick Show episode trying to beat the second boss.
No, son of a fucking bitch! I was using a healing item as we had to throw that at me. You fucking cunt. I had full healing items. I have nothing. You fucking whore. Of course. Of course.
Oh shit! You got him! You fucking got him! Big con!
Okay, well, that was the worst day of my life.
Oh fuck! You actually did it. It only took half an hour. Fuck yeah.
We're sorry. This application has crashed. Is there a story in this game? What the fuck?
Yeah, you're about to meet Hattori Hanzo.
Who are you? I'm foreigner. Foreigner? This is your scale of English. My name is Hanzo Hattori. And you are? Only William. Here in the citizen. An enemy, perhaps? Hunting a person down and rescuing one will not be easy. If you lend me your strength in fighting Oni, I will help you in return. Well then.
What the fuck? Why does he just have a cat in his fucking... What is happening right now?
I have no idea. I skipped all the cutscenes. I don't give a shit. Now I can finally switch from samurai suffering to ninja suffering.
About goddamn time. I have no idea what's happening. I want to be Hattori Hanzo. He's such a badass. Look at him. He's a fucking ninja. He's a ninja. He has ninja weapons.
Fucking apparently Nino is mega triggered by my video and is writing like some kind of rap verse response.
Well, that'll be fun. So much for foreign merchant. Okay, how that ends.
Econ? Oh god. This is, I'm not even touching this. I'll wait till the rhymes come in. JJ Terra just subscribed with Twitch Prime.
Yeah! I'm officially the best Neo player in the world.
Kajoro Bitterthorn says, "Hey Mark, I'm doing a research project on Clamp for a sequential art class. Is May ever going to make that video?"
It was gonna be a series of videos, and yeah, and I still would really like to do it. I just like haven't had the time to read all the plant stuff.
Should I do submissions or should I just do main missions? Hey, bitch!
I recommend submissions because they will make you stronger. That's the mission you just beat. Is that main mission? The submission is you'll be going back through that level, but at a different time of day and in a different sort of order.
Huh. Alright.
It's like a lot shorter than the main mission. With these submissions, like, technically, all you have to do is just, like, beat the boss. I guess it's true of all missions. Like, as long as you make it to the end and beat the boss, you win. But, like, you know, you obviously want to kill everybody so you can get the sweet loot and levels.
Get food.
I'm never gonna be able to get over the irony that Nino literally appeared on a song with me about why white people could say the N-word and then is now like staunchly against it.
Now he's a fucking SJW, and you know what?
He's
we
like
say.
he's like his own brand of SJW. It's like he invented a new category for just himself. I'm reading through comments on my video because there's not enough stuff going on in the Twitch chat right now. One guy said, "Come on, dude, don't be so hard on Sargon. Times are tough, and Applebee's has already docked his pay twice for not getting those appetizers to table 14 fast enough."
Oh yeah, do you know where that meme came from?
No, why did he work at Applebee's or something?
No, like he went to like some government thing because he's trying to get into actual politics now. Because he put on a suit and everyone said the suit made him look like an Applebee's server. So that's the big meme now.
Here's a comment. Digi, I'm going to make a selfish request. I want to continue viewing for content for a long... and I want you to continue making content for a long time as well. But you happen to be smoking in the video. According to the brief Google search I just made, if you continue to smoke, your life expectancy will decrease by about 10 years on average, and the secondhand smoke may be harmful to those around you. I'm sure you already know all of this, but if you need any help quitting, there's groups out there which you can find online to help you stop, and you don't need to smoke a ton in videos like these to appear edgy or whatever you're going for. For what it's worth, I am not smoking currently. I literally was doing it to be edgy, because I thought it would look cool with the gun thing. I was also pretty drunk. And those cigars we had with Econ, because you brought him over. Did you or Tom, what anime would make a good game or game that would make a good anime? I don't know. I feel like the best of either medium would be the best because they would not translate to other mediums well.
That seems fair.
That said, there probably are like games that aren't good and would be better as anime or vice versa.
Sounds like a real thing. But
Has Digi talked about Shield Hero yet? I saw he watched the first 2 episodes. Me and Nate are gonna do a Shield Hero weekly podcast. Just like our good old Made in Abyss one. And Aramanga Sensei one. It seemed like a show that both of us had, like a really popular show that we both had interest in, so I was like, obviously I should jump on this. I would be a fool not to. And it's also good practice for our eventual show we will do together. Is Tom enjoying his vape pen?
I guess.
He's almost fucking smoked the whole thing apparently, so I would say he is definitely enjoying
You
it.
and Michelle were pretty handed it though.
Oh, Michelle had some?
Yeah, she enjoyed it quite a bit, let's say.
I didn't even know that. Has she ever even smoked weed before?
She had said that she had and didn't make her feel anything. But then, like, at some point while she was using my pen, she's like, "Oh, I feel it now. I'm so excited." And then it was frequent requests. Dude, this guy's like determined to murder me. I gotta give him credit.
Tom, would this game be better if there wasn't a stamina bar?
Yeah, every game would be better without a stamina bar. Even the game I'm making right now that has a stamina bar.
Did Michelle and Mark record an IRL podcast? Michelle
yes,
and
it's on Pantsu Party.
yeah, Michelle and May, and it's not on Pants Party. It's on Corrupting Your Kids.
Oh yeah, it is on Corrupting Your Kids.
Yeah, there was a Corrupting Your
That's gonna
Kids.
be Pantsu Party though. So.
There was a live streamed cast.
Kaze's there too.
Yeah, with Kaze, Michelle, and May on Corrupting Your Kids. You can go watch it. It's about 2 hours long.
I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen.
Was that our Was that our sub sound, or was that from the game? I guess it was from the game.
I think it was from the game, yeah.
I just heard a noise that sounded a lot like my voice.
Oh, that was someone dying from being shot with an arrow.
Joro Bitterthorn says, I have this game on Steam. Is it worth the 80 gigs? I
Man.
mean, if you have the space,
Yeah.
it's definitely a game that you can play hundreds of hours of. What game UI element would you like to see implemented in real life via smartphone/ARG that doesn't already exist? I think you just meant AR, not ARG, but yeah, what kind of HUD would you want on in your life?
I don't know. I think,
I wouldn't mind having a like a goal, like how much gold I have, you know.
it's an app for that.
Yeah, but I could use it just being on my face, I guess. I mean, not like I want to turn it on and off, you know. I don't really know. It sounds like it'd be annoying to have a HUD on your fucking shit all the time. Maybe like something that monitors your like just like health, not like vitality so much as like, hey, here's how much fucking vitamin D you've got right now, and you could I don't know. I don't know if there's anything that's like so useful I'd need to have it on my face all the time. Tom would like God Hand, I think. Don't know what that is.
It's
Other than the Berserk bad guys.
it's a Clover Studio game.
Ah. Oh, you mean the game? He wrote it as all one word. Like he wrote it like
It is
the.
one word. God.
Is it?
I
thought
believe
it was
so.
2 words. My arm, my arm, my arm, my arm, my arm, my arm. I summon up the power of the God Hand. Digi and Nate's personality, or personally, and ideals are complete opposites yet complement each other very well. I don't think they're opposites. I think we pretty much think the same thing. I would say that the main difference is that Nate comes down. I mean, I guess in the sense that I'm like extremely libertarian and he's more authoritative, but that it's just a matter of like ideals, not so much like what we actually think we would implement in the short term. Where I think we usually agree, basically. Like, I think that Nate just thinks that people need to be more corralled in order to make it anywhere. And I don't even think that's an unfair assessment. I kind of think if I had, like, the ability to make bigger decisions, like, farther-reaching decisions, I would be like Shiroi from Log Horizon and, like, use authoritative practices to implement a libertarian system, you know? Because I just don't see another way of doing it.
Damn it. How did he see me? How? How? Bullshit.
Yeah, be careful, because in that shack is the guy who you need to kill, and he's pretty tough.
Oh, great.
Like, compared to a normal guy. Not, like, boss tough, but he's, you know, harder than... Actually, maybe it wasn't that shack. It's a shack that... You can see on your radar, like, where you're heading to. Yeah, not this fucking nobody. Apparently it is 2 words in God Hand.
Oh. Fuck.
Nate comes off way more optimistic than Digi. Yeah, he's a kind of a bloomer. I think a lot of it comes down to that, like, Nate is more capable of believing in people because he interacts with them less. Because he's like, I would say he's almost even more easily annoyed than I am. But he's taken the angle of like, oh, well, that's an easy thing to fix. I'll just not talk to people. I'll just, you know, rule from a distance kind of thing, you know? Like, as long as you are the ruling class of your own personal scenario, then there's no reason to be upset with others. And, like, for me, I feel as though, like, in order to accomplish what I want, I have to be, like, socially attached to humanity, and that's where my problems come from. My negativity comes from having to talk to people more often and, like, see more people than he does. And so I come away more negative. Even though he's, like, in many ways has a harsher perspective on... It's like he thinks everyone is even dumber than I do, and therefore thinks that, you know, they need to be controlled. It's like I have too much faith in humanity, even though I shouldn't. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's like Tom's always accosting me for the fact that I'm like I don't stoop a little more in like a necessary way, you know?
I mean, I understand why you have faith. Like, I respect your ability to have faith in people. And honestly, I'm kind of that way too. But in respect to I Am Games and shit like that, when we've said this is just a money-making venture, like, we got to play the short term.
Right.
And that is when we're just like, it doesn't matter that someone said it before. People like hearing the same thing over and over again. We know this. We made reviews for Bronies, and you had to say the same thing. And that's what they wanted. They wanted 15 people to tell them, this is great, 15 times.
Someone asked, is Crack the Sky Mastodon's best album? I would say Blood Mountain's probably my favorite.
Wow.
I would go like Blood Mountain, then Crack the Sky, then maybe Leviathan. I've never been a big fan of Remission. The Hunter is pretty good. Once More on the Sun is pretty good. Did not care for the Sand one. I don't remember what it's called. That guy... Oh no, the guy who's sitting down is like the boss guy. He's the one who's going to be like a little more lookout for him, kind of. Good third slash.
Oh,
shit.
Come on.
Right. Yeah, I wish there was a way to shoot without having to change perspective, because it is a little jarring. Fucking got him. Hell yeah.
Get fucked!
You did that whole mission without dying.
I did.
It's fucking ill. Even I died on that one.
Go forward. Actually, no, that's not true. I died in the beginning, I think, like once, right in the first room. But I went through the whole last part without dying.
So I guess it counts for something.
No thank you says, tried listening to a full Maximum the Hormone album instead of just individual tracks for the first time, and man, it is too much. Very hard to make it to the end. I mean, that's how I felt the first time I listened to any Death Grips album, but you get used to it. I grew up with, like, max volume System of a Down in the car every day from my mom, so, like, listening to a whole shitload of loud-ass music. I mean, even I had difficulty, I think, the first time with Maximum the Hormone, because I think I made my own mix CD initially of songs from like 2 of their albums that I liked the most, and then I kind of like slowly acclimated to the full albums in themselves.
What is start? Alright.
Jalen Harris says, I guess I'm not cool enough to have my AMV retweeted by Digi. Did you ever send it to me? I mean, I've been off Twitter, like, the last few days I've been on again because so much fucking shit's been going on. So I've just kind of been around. So, like, retweeting that Ghost in the Shell one, it's like it just so happened to be there when I went on. Digi or Tome, I like Kingdom Hearts series. Does that make me retarded?
Yeah, but I forgive you.
Cat clock. Hanzo's ways are curious indeed.
Book Oliver evolves into Tom Oliver at level 19. Evolves into Tome Oliver at level 35.
Is that what I'm looking at right
Yeah,
now?
he's gonna guide you through like he's like your dude. He'll like appear randomly while you're exploring and tell you shit. I never have paid attention to it though.
What is that?
Mega Evolution is Bible Oliver.
What is it?
You go from Book Oliver to Tom Oliver at 19, level 19, and then Tome Oliver at level 35, and your Mega Evolution is Bible Oliver.
Okay.
How did Tom's stamina management get so much better? Partly because he switched to single sword, and partly because he figured out the rhythm of the combat, I think. I mean, like, knowing the rhythm is the most important thing to, like, understanding how to play this game. It's just, like, realizing that the best way is to just, like, get in, slash a couple times, and get out. And, like, most of the enemy AI is pretty shit, so, like, you can usually, if you really, like, are uncomfortable with the way things are going, it's pretty easy to run away and like back up and, you know, get your heals in.
That is like
Unless you've got like a
coolest
bunch
cat.
of guys on you. Yeah, it's a cool dude.
I have 12,000 on the reader. Maybe I should try and get a big dick.
Everyone is legally obligated to watch Spider-Verse so they can put Toei Spider-Man in the sequel. Not sure how that follows, but okay. I mean, they're already making a sequel, right? They already announced they were going to do that.
I think so.
Yeah, someone said you need to make a book review channel called Tome Oliver.
Maybe I will. Alright, so I just sell everything that isn't what I'm using.
Better than games tome reviews. Yeah, I pretty much have done that. I mean, like, if you want to hold on to, like, the best of each weapon type, just in case you want to change them or whatever, but, like, personally, I've just held, like, the best axe I happen to have and then just sold everything else. And, like, maybe one long sword, just in
I
case.
think I have, like, better weapons now that I didn't even realize. Black steel axe. How do I see... Is there any way to see which is the best of each one you have? Or do I just have to scroll through all of this fucking garbage and pay attention?
There's a bunch of sort buttons at the bottom, I think. Or if you press R3, it'll sort by different things. So you got, like, rarity, yeah, type. Literally, I've just gone through and sold absolutely everything every time, so I've never even bothered to look through it.
Order by type.
Tom is 100% gonna scream at this level's boss. Absolutely. This level's boss is probably the steepest learning curve that I've had to mount in this game so far.
No.
Because she's really fast. Like,
Oh.
every other boss is slow. This one is fast, and she paralyzes you very easily. Like, it's basically a fight where, like, it's not hard to dodge her, like, her actual attack moves, but it's difficult to dodge the move that paralyzes you. And if you get hit with it, it's just like you're fucked. Unless you have a bunch of anti-paralysis needles and you know, but like using those, you're gonna use them all up if if you keep losing. So eventually, you just gotta get good or get lucky. Is Mark working on a new video right now? No. I don't know where you got that impression.
Mark doesn't make videos either.
Apparently, one of the Spider-Verse dudes said that if they got 200 domestic, he would put Toei Spider-Man in the sequel. I assume that's 200 million.
Sounds like that's what it would be.
Japanese dub of Spider-Verse is Yuki Aoi and Mamoru Miyano, which are the voices of Ash's two compatriots in the Pokemon Black and White series. It's excellent. Digitome or Mark, what do you like more, shows or games with thick or thinner outlines? I prefer thick outlines.
I like them thick and scratchy.
Yeah, same. What do you think, Tom?
I like thick outlines.
You like them variable line widths, right? Is that still a thing?
What is it?
Variable line widths?
Yeah.
You used to always fucking come for that shit.
I mean, it's the best shit ever.
Fucking that fight in episode 1 of One Punch Man where it's animated with variable line widths. That shit is fucking nuts. How did he do that? The guy's a god.
Some people just really can't give a shit, and we're not worthy. I wish there was a quick way to, like, ability, rarity. I just want to see, maybe by level. Maybe this will help.
For what it's worth, I mean, we are an hour into this stream so far, so there's probably no chance Tom is actually getting to the boss of this level within that hour. It is a full-length level.
Is the lighter my weight, the better? Like, do I get more stamina for using lighter gear? Or is it just as long as you're not...
Under the yellow. Like, if you
Okay.
have a heavy enough thing and it turns yellow, that's when it starts affecting your stamina. And then it can go red if you go too heavy. And personally, I try to stay under yellow. It's like, now you're yellow, so now you're, like, slightly
I
encumbered.
don't even want to wear that. I don't even want to.
Can Mark do an Ojo-sama laugh? Like, oh!
No, you're not doing it.
Why must you disappoint us?
I'm sorry.
Why does this guy look like fucking Thor? He looks like Chris Hemsworth.
One Spar Weekly says, so I've been on the hashtag YouTube challenge, not watching the Vic and Hope Let's Play of this or any of your previous streams. What do you rate this game on a scale from Dark Souls 2 to Dark Souls 3? Well, Tom has no... When do y'all fart? Did you fart, Tom?
A little bit.
Fucking bastard. I'm fucking downwind of you, man.
You know, dude, I do what I do.
Pro tip, there is a paralysis charm that you can equip in the chest right before the boss. That way you won't get paralyzed in one hit. Well, is it reusable? Right, Dark Souls 2 to Dark Souls 3. It's a lot better than Dark Souls 2. I don't know if it's as good as Dark Souls 3, but it's like... The video I'm going to make about this game is basically about how the appeal of it is different from Dark Souls. About how, in spite of having so many of the same mechanics, like, what you actually come to the game for is not the same. Digi, your vlog gave me the disease of strong emotions. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There's some weird fucking noise this game's making right now.
I'm once again looking at comments on my video. One guy said, "Finally finished. Well said. I love the way you're able to express yourself so autistically and yet so clearly."
Well, all the way back.
Oh, Jack Ohio subscribed to the tier 1 sub.
Hell yeah.
Jalen Harris says, "Tome, if the PayPal thing doesn't work, should I just send you $80?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
That would be nice.
I mean, that'd be sick. I would appreciate it.
Nice resolution.
Yeah, I mean,
I assume you got at least the 60 back, right? Like, he got the 60 back?
yeah.
Yeah, you could just send that 60 again and...
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna make you pay, don't pay back fucking the fee from PayPal. It's not,
Unless you want to.
I mean, don't feel obligated to, because that's not your fault. I mean, I guess none of it's really your fault, but you know what I mean. You didn't get it back. That's what I'm trying to say. You didn't. They didn't give you the $30. They took it. Those fucks.
Stumblereel says, "Speaking of Spider-Verse, visuals don't matter seems to be a common belief in the comic issue industry. In this country, novels are considered art of the highest brow, so they probably like to think they're making literature with pictures. So most editors don't incentivize artists to incorporate things like composition, expressive characters, continuity between panels, distinguishing foreground/midground/background, arched character movement, streaks indicating any movement, or general composition." Well, that's unfortunate. Digi, what's your opinion on Vic Mignogna being cast as Rohan Kishibe in the dub for JJBA Part 4? First of all, I would never watch a dub. Second of all, especially if Vic Mignogna's in it. Hey Tom, you into the power electronics genre of music?
I don't know what that is.
It's exactly what it sounds like.
Power electronics.
Yeah.
Just like noise.
It's just like the sound of it, like, yeah, like electronic noise.
I don't know, maybe. I've never listened to anything like it before.
I think.
You would have to tell me.
Did you've spoken about Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy X often. What's your opinion on Final Fantasy IX? I think it's near perfect in every way apart from how slow it is. I love Final Fantasy IX. It was my favorite one until I finally beat 10. And then I went to try to beat 9. But then I got really into the stupid card game. But then I got really let down by the stupid card game. And then I was just like, I need to wash my hands of this and start again some other time. Because I've already like completely fucked up by getting too into this stupid card game. Digi or Tome, what do you think of the new trend of your old tweets coming back to haunt you?
Pretty good.
I don't give a shit. People like message me, like people like you know, screen cap like really fucking bizarre tweets I've made years ago, and I'm just like, whatever. It's funny, you know. Like they're all intended to be funny. I don't care how cringeworthy they are.
I mean, people are dumb, and the fact that they're even doing that is just infuriating to me. I'm not too worried. I don't think anyone cares enough about me to try and take me down. If they did, you
Tombsbury
beat up a
Crunch
homeless
just
man.
subscribed
Good
to
job.
Twitch Prime.
Hell yeah.
Digi/Tom, are you guys watching the new Dragon Ball Broly movie?
I do plan on going to see it. Looks sick.
Swollen Hero just subscribed with Twitch Prime.
Jesus, what's
Getting
happening?
the fucking primes out the fucking wazoo,
My
dude.
God. Thank God for Amazon Prime.
What do you think about the rise of homosexual anime video becoming a meme? I'm glad.
Wait, what is
Do you know about... I made, in my rant hole videos, I had one called Ranting About the Rise of Homosexual Anime. Because somebody asked me to rant about the rise of what he described as globo-homo shows. And, like, I'm pretty sure the guy who asked for it... Like, my interpretation of what I read, he did not seem to be asking me to complain about like homosexual anime. Like it seemed like he liked it. That was the impression I got. It seemed like somebody who was happy that there was more gay anime. But he phrased it all as like a big meme, and then I titled the video in a deliberately like suggestive way to make it look like I was, I mean, because all the videos are called ranting about something.
Sure.
So I just went ranting about the rise of homosexual anime, because ranting doesn't necessarily imply negativity to me. But I knew that it would. Like, I knew that people would think that. But if you click the video, it's painfully, like, immediately I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm extremely pro-homosexual anime. So, like, every comment on the video is, oh, you better watch out with this title. People are gonna get the wrong idea. But there's nobody who watched the video and has the wrong idea. There are only people who have, like, shared the title of it on Twitter and gotten mad about the title. But, like, those people immediately out themselves as fucking idiots for doing that, you know? Like, anybody who like, complains about the video on the basis of the title is, like, proving they have not seen the video. So, that is why I love it. Globo Homo needs to be a meme. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if he got it from somewhere. Why don't you give Dragon Ball Z the respect that it deserves? I do. I give tons of respect to DBZ. I've never shit on DBZ. Issues are an out-of-date format of publishing comics anyway, even if you don't have probably with the art. Buying one is like buying an episode of a TV series. I agree. It's weird. That's why I can't get into comics like on a issue-by-issue basis. It just seems way too expensive. Even buying volumes is kind of like more expensive than it's worth to me, because they're usually like Marvel comics. Like when DC launched New 52, I was buying a bunch of those, but like I was totally like averse to buying Marvel volumes because they were like $18 and they were like even thinner. So I was like, no, thank you.
Just gotta read it all illegally. This is the level I was watching you play, right?
Yeah. So I'm sure you remember what the boss was like.
I do. Remember thinking, man, I'm glad I'm never gonna have to do that.
You might not ever have to do that unless you decide to indeed beat this whole game. There were some people saying that like the first couple bosses are the hardest ones because it's like not only are you not completely used to playing yet, but you're not like as OP as you can be by the time you fight more. Because like this game gives you a lot of submissions, and you can always go back through missions. So like I've done a lot of just like, you know, beating all the side quests, going back through levels to like make sure I get all the kodamas or like all the items and shit. And there's like point of no return moments that you can see coming, where like when you beat the first continent, like when you beat all the main missions on the first continent, a boat will show up, and it's like, you know, if you take this boat, you can't come back to the first continent, at least not immediately. So it's like, do everything you can before you move on, kind of thing.
Wow, what an asshole. Oh god, it hurts. Fucking bastards.
Digi, why does your GF have to be in your finish or fail videos? That's my fiance, thank you very much. Because we watch all the shows together, and we talk about them while we watch them, and we trade points, and it just feels like it's way more natural to have us both be there. It also incentivizes me to do it, because I don't have to break away and go record something by myself. So, yeah, it just makes the most sense to me that way. I had no idea you were into comics, did you? Are there any you actually like? I wouldn't say I'm like into comics, because I've never... Like, I've tried to get into them a few times, but like it's such a fucking... You have to do so much to understand what's happening in most of the popular comics. I like Hellboy a whole lot. And Batwoman. But like, because... Like, for instance, when I was trying to get into comics, like, Batwoman was my favorite one that was running at the time, and I couldn't find anybody talking about it at all. So I was just like, you know, anything that people were talking about was shit that I felt like I needed a million years of context to appreciate. And I don't really care for most of the superhero stories. I feel like they're very repetitive, and, you know, it's just not, like, aesthetically my thing either.
Oh, I already do that. That's pretty cool.
So does this game let you refight bosses as much as you want? If true, yes. If you play through the same stage again, you will have to fight the boss again at the end. Digi or TOM, do you think people who blame the way that they act as them being retarded or blaming the way they are currently on racism as a crutch sometime? That was confusingly phrased. Don't know exactly what he was asking.
I'm not sure.
Digi, are you happy? Overall, I'm happy. I'm happy because I've got a great fiance. I've got enough money in my bank account that I can, like, live pretty well. But I am generally in, like, a like in a higher stress situation currently than I've probably ever been, like overall. So yes, I am happy. I'm happier than I used to be, but also more stressed out than I used to be, is I guess the way I would put it. Is there a bad Boris album? It really depends. I mean, like, depends on your tastes. I don't think there's any that are, like, musically bad, but there are some that, like, maybe are just not really something anyone would care to listen to. I'm sure there's, like, a lot of people might not really care for, like, Attention Please or New Album because they were more, like, pop sounding, but, like, at the same time, nothing sounds like Boris. So it's like, no matter what they make, it's gonna sound so unique that it's like hard to compare to other music. And they have like 100 albums. Tom, what is your favorite art style in games or media in general?
Just like kind of cartoonish shit with thick outlines and like really poppy dynamic colors and
Stuff that looks like your own art?
Yeah. Well, no. That my art's not good. If it was good, yes.
Well,
James Lee videos on YouTube. That's very much my aesthetic.
James Lee videos are pretty gorgeous. I really want him to open his next video with, "Hey guys, sorry I haven't made a video in a while."
Yeah.
I think he said something like that in one of them.
I believe so.
Hey Digi, what's your relationship with Nino/Jimmy? I thought y'all were friends, but he's going on a spurg out over your language politics video right now. I think we're more or less friends. I mean, I'm like, this is his... He's gotten on to like a... He's on a political tear in his life in general that I don't necessarily understand. I mean, I read through the tweets a little bit ago, and it seemed like he wasn't... It didn't seem like he was saying he didn't, like, consider me a friend anymore on the basis of it, but, yeah, man's offended. What can I say?
You got the boss room key. I'm so excited. No idea where I'm going.
Endless Jess said, I thought this game was called Nino and was confused why the Weeaboo Samurai was sword fighting instead of just tweeting and threatening to wrap everybody to death. Jesse, you need to play this game. This game is like, it's basically just a Souls game, but designed to go on forever. Like, instead of being a game that you have to replay over and over again, it's just designed to be played for hundreds of hours on one continuous file. And it's pretty fucking lit. I got really addicted to it over the last couple of days.
Oh, fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck that!
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that was shit. But I've gotten like...
I can't even get my shit back now, can I?
You can. It won't be off the cliff. But like...
I can't believe I gotta do all that over again. I was wrecking train. That was like...
Yeah, you were not far from the next save point either.
I was like a solid hour. Not an hour. Like a solid half an hour.
Actually, it was like 10 minutes.
No, it felt way longer than 10 minutes. It felt like the longest grind of my life.
But yeah, like, I've played an amount of this game that would have me, like, halfway through Dark Souls in, like, the amount of hours I've put in. But I'm, like, probably, like, a tenth of the way through this game. Because it's just so much fun to just, like, go back through areas again and again and, like, do everything. It's pretty ill. I like it. Did you any thoughts on the Japan Animator Expo? I never watched most of it still, to my own chagrin. Did you or Tom, do you like techno music? If so, have you heard of the Mystery Skulls?
I know Mystery Skulls.
I do not care for them. There was like a huge, I don't remember if this was on PCP or not, where like Ben and Nate had been really into the one Mystery Skulls music video that was like the first one that like blew up really big. And like I came into the chat not realizing that they were talking about the video because they were like praising it and discussing its stuff, like I didn't know what the context was of like what they were saying about it. So I watched it and thought it was shitty, and I just came in and was like complaining about it, and they were so pissed. It was like this long, arduous fight about why like the video was interesting and I was an idiot for not thinking so or whatever. It was really retarded, and I think they talked about it extensively on PCP after that. But I don't remember if I was there for it.
I probably could have opened a shortcut. Oh, that was the shortcut. The boss room key. I mean, no, it's not a shortcut. It's just something else. Okay.
Digi and Tom, what do you think of screen clutter in games? Personally, I think it's one of the worst things about a lot of modern games. They have overwhelming HUDs, and I'm sick of seeing bars and numbers pop up over enemies I'm fighting. I feel like I'm draining a bar, and I'm not engaged in an exciting battle. It depends on the game. A game like this, I like having all the extra elements because there is just so much to keep track of in this game. Like, there's so much you have to think about on a moment-to-moment basis that, like, you know, it's almost like the visual element of the game only really needs to exist because that's how it's played. But, like, you know, thinking of it, it's like you play it more instinctually than really having to like look at everything, you know? All you really need to be paying attention to is the animation of an enemy's sword coming at you, and like, you know, looking at their bars and stuff helps you to decide what you're gonna do. But you can turn off every HUD element in this game. You can disable anything you want. It's extremely customizable. Did you clarify when recommended watching the film Goemon, I meant the live-action 2009 film, not any from the Lupin franchise. Well noted. Digi, now your Patreon Discord is filled with people arguing how do you feel. It's like that all the time. Show me a better bass line in an anime song than Kageyake Girls. I'm trying to think of how the bass line goes. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong song. Do 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 ding 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 ding. Yeah, that song has a pretty good bass line. Hey Tony and Digi, what are your thoughts on Radiohead? It's one of my favorite bands.
I never listened to Radiohead in all my life.
I like some of their songs. There's a few albums that I will listen to, like I like Kid A and the new one, A Moon-Shaped Pool. I don't listen to it regularly because I think it's very like, I described it to, because some of my friends were really into Radiohead, and I was like criticizing them for the fact that I think that Tom York's singing style is very wallowing to me. Like, it's so like sad and just like, it feels like a guy just wallowing in his own misery. That's just how it feels to me personally, but that makes it hard to listen to. I think of it as like sad mood music. I try to avoid sad mood music because I don't want to be in a sad mood. I kind of wish there was an option to place your HP/stamina bar in the bottom middle part of the screen. I know there's a visual effect on your character, but I always just look at the bar to properly time my key pulse. Interesting that you use the bar. Oh, Questlove's in the house. That's Shade. Shade just always says Questlove's in the house when he comes in. Which is a Eric Andre show reference. Do you listen to Krautrock? No. Would Olive Thomas be annoyed or offended if I started to refer to him as Olive Thomas?
I don't give a shit.
You have to remember about both me and Tom that we are the two people who allowed and encouraged our own ship to happen back in the Brony community.
Yeah.
We just thought it was funny, and we did not do anything to stop it.
And it was funny. We were right.
Yeah, it was great.
You ever got neurotic fan fiction written about you? No? Let me tell you.
That's right. We had 2, didn't we?
Yeah, I had a few.
There were 2 DigiX Tommy Oliver, and I did a dramatic reading of at least one of them.
I'd tell you guys to go listen to it for the lulz, but you know, it'll turn you into a furry. Confirmed.
Yeah, I think the only way to find it would be my every YouTube video featuring Digibro playlist,
God,
and it would be
sucks.
deep in there.
Oh, I've made a mistake. 3-on-1 is not a good place to be in this game.
No. You can kite them away though. Like, enemies won't follow you that far in this game.
Sometimes they do though. Like there's a guy who like climbed like 2 houses. Oh fuck! There goes all my souls. Fuck! Fuck!
Yeah. You were kind of going in a different direction from.
I know. I realized as soon as I got fucking gang raped by 3 men.
Are you playing the guitar, Digi?
Well, literally,
really.
Oh my god. Oh, I hate that you lose all your shit.
Yeah, it's kind of good.
It is the worst part about all these kinds of games. To just brain 2 people at once, that almost made up for it. How about less stealing my shit?
That was incredible. I just watched it back on the stream.
It was not on purpose, but I'll take it. Oh my god. I have no incentive to do anything now. I just want to kill myself. Oh, Brad.
Digi, that noise guitar bit in your Serial Experiments Lane review is fucking sick. I just remembered it. Electric Digi 80,000 volts. That is from the Lane soundtrack. It was not me playing guitar. I'm just pretending. I think. Unless I'm thinking of something wrong. But I'm pretty sure it was just... Because there is a noise guitar track that plays through the episode in Pornography. And I'm pretty sure I was just using that track. I am thinking wrong. I don't know what part you're referring to then. It must have just been me going apeshit on my shitty guitar.
Fuck! Oh my god! Ugh! I was on such a good roll, and now I'm just back to being awful again.
Shade says, I think that's the first time I've ever seen you answer something like as soon as it was typed. Well, I've caught up to the chat. It's been pretty slow. Even though we have 83 viewers. It's a healthy stream, and not a lot of people are talking in the chat. Jalen keeps giving us shit about not wearing games shirts.
I mean, he's in his right to. We do kind of deserve it.
Well, we didn't even do our intro on this episode.
This is a weird start to an episode.
Yeah. We were like early.
We were early.
I'm like hungry and tired. I don't know why.
That's like my entire life you just described.
Huh? Grapes? Oh yeah, hand me them grapes. I don't know why I'm so tired. Oh right, I was drinking last night. That's why I feel like I got hit by some kind of object.
What? I question getting hit by the back of his blade.
Be careful, bats are gonna jump out.
I don't know. You know what? I said that
I
like
have like 8 healing items.
Here's the funny thing about what just happened that you did not understand. Is that every time I've gone past that level until you said, watch out, there are bats there, they've never hit me or done any damage. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then they do damage. I'm like, now I look like an idiot. Now I look like a fucking retard. But the one time, I was like, why? You think it's gonna scare me? Like, why are you telling me there's an animation that's about to happen? Who cares? And then I realized, oh, right. God just hates me.
If you're standing in the right place, they will knock you off the cliff.
Oh, Jesus, fuck. This is the worst game ever made.
Why you no heal, though?
That's a good question. Probably because I've never needed to heal at this point before right now, because I'm sucking.
Get over there and grab your souls, dude.
All like 4 of them. I already lost all the good shit.
Well, you already cleared out most of what's in this catacomb, right?
Yeah.
So you can just run past those dudes and,
God, it's so gay. I'm never gonna do that shot again. That was a once in a lifetime. Oh no! Get fucked!
oh, it was incredible. But, like, I mean, if you want to, you could just run to the next save point and then you'd be able to head back through and get anything you missed.
I mean, I can try.
Just to feel the feeling of progress. Yeah, you want to go straight, basically. Jump down to the left off this bridge. And then just go straight. Don't go through any doors. Or you'll go left. And it'll be like at the end of the...
No! Oh my fucking god.
That guy just did it.
Everybody in this game can do that. Every enemy can kill you in one combo. That I've experienced so far, at least. Why won't you just go?
Do you like roguelikes, Tom?
I haven't really played enough to say. The concept intrigues me. The few I have played, I have liked, but I mean, the roguelike gameplay style isn't enough of a like plus or minus for me to make me like or dislike the game. It depends entirely on the framework it's built around.
That is a healing pond that you can sit in, but you don't want to do that right now. You want to get to the... Well, you already fucking got it. Oh,
Oh
God.
my fucking god, I thought I could rock on those.
No.
I hate this game so much. It's so gay.
Hey,
This
here's
just,
it.
this just feels shitty. Just like, I gotta run past everything I already killed now. It
I
just,
mean, you don't have to, but...
yeah, but like, I either have to keep doing the same thing over and over again, or just be a pansy bitch. It just feels lame.
I just tend to... I like to get a lay of the whole area, and then, like, just slowly and ploddingly make my way back through it. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
don't know.
it just feels,
I don't know which way I'm going.
Yeah, that red sword is where you wanna end up over there. And then, this tunnel on your left. Thank God you didn't get hit by them bats. There's the shrine. But it won't let you save unless you've, if you've got a guy in the room.
Why am I at a different stance? Whoa, this guy's fucking around.
Like the big boy.
Man, I keep pulse. I still don't understand.
Hey, here's an inside baseball kind of question. Nate tweeted a week or so ago about exploring the idea of hiring a PCP editor. Did that come up during the meeting? The discussion there, basically, like, it's because of the fact that we always end up, like, who the hell's going to edit this week, every week? And so we were talking about getting a dedicated editor, but Tom was basically like, I'll do it. I'm willing to be that. But Hippo was like, well, if one person was the dedicated editor, it would mean that everybody else, like, if they wanted to do it, can't do it. And in that case, he would rather that we hired an outside editor because they could be hired for cheaper.
Oh my fucking god. Killed in one hit. This is hell. There's just like so much fun here destroyed by just a brutal everything else. This game's like an abusive boyfriend. You love him, but he hits you, and you don't like that. And so you're trying to figure out, like, what do you do about it?
Digi, do you think Super Metroid will become obsolete since we've gotten so many great Metroidvanias recently? Not at all. I don't think any of them is as good as Super Metroid that I've played. Digi, why is Munchie so fucking prolific for such a boy his age? Because he did not have to go to high school for his last couple years. I don't think. What was his, like... He was, like, not actually...
Online high school, right?
Yeah, he did, like, some kind of online high school.
There's online high school!
People do it.
Yeah.
Where the fuck was that when I was
That's why
in
he's been
school?
able to fly
Right.
around so much.
I just thought he was just good. I mean, he is good.
That is why he's able to do that. Is because he is good.
I feel a little less bad about being so much sugarier and munchier at his age. It's a terrible place to fight somebody. Oh my fucking god! I hate this game.
Pancakes with Creator says, this is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the game.
I thought it was going to be some joke about 100% reason to throw the controller in a rage. And I'd be like, I'm with you on that, dude. I didn't have to pay money for this fucking thing.
I have to shit.
Dude, no one's stopping you, except your own inhibitions.
Here, answer this latest spicy salts question while I poop.
What is
Digi/Tom, I turned 18 8 days ago. Can you please give me some tips on how to become an adult?
Stop asking us weird questions. That's step
Start
one.
saving money. Get
Yeah, save money a lot. Do that. It's always going to be important, unfortunately.
Get a normal job instead of college.
I mean, I would assume you'd already assume that listening to us. Holy, never fuck. Jesus fuck, this is a bad game. I can't even answer you. Don't play this game. That's a good way to be an adult. There's more important things to do in your time than play a terrible gay game. I don't know. You're a baby still. Everyone's gonna be like, you're 18, you're an adult now. Yeah, not really. Not really an adult. You're just legally an adult, and that's like the worst. And who cares what the law says, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if you haven't figured yourself out yet, or at least feel like you haven't figured yourself out yet, keep trying to figure yourself out. It's gonna take like another 10 years, at least. But,
Hey, you can go to strip clubs now.
it's never too early to start. God, this is the worst. I just wanted some fucking Amarita. Couldn't even get that. Couldn't even get that. There's two guys now. Great. Question. How did that work? Piece of shit. Oh, there's a guy there. There's a guy there. Douchebag. Oh, it's so fun. What a great area. What a great time I'm having right now. I love video games, Rick. What's chat saying? Blah, 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 blah. Please block if you've been hit. Those hits leave scars in my soul. Blocking is for babies, alright? I refuse. I've never blocked in a video game in my life, and I'm not about to start now. Come on, bitch. Oh no 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 no! I'm back at the bad place. Back at the bad place. Oh, I fucked up. Fucked up. No 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 no! How did that happen? Ooh! Oh yeah. Oh, that's how we do it. That's how it's done. Get fucked! There's still one more guy in here, though, right? There are 3 guys in there. Oh. Summoner's Candle. I don't know what that is. He's got a rare sword. Do I fight him? I don't know. I don't know if I'm prepared for such things. Fuck. This game is the definition of insanity. I agree. Fuck, I should fight him, but I kind of want to, because I know I'll die. Bleh. Oh, he's mad. Oh, he's mad. Oh! Alright, good job. Good job. I'll give you that one. Lamau. Okay, get fucked pretty bad. Okay. Don't care about double swords.
I'm back.
I am games.
Did you talk about anything while I was gone?
Talked about how blocking is gay.
It's true. I don't do enough of it in this game.
They were like, please block. Every time you get hit, it leaves a scar on my soul. And I was like, I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm all dodge all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like think to block instead of dodge.
We're just massacring these guys.
Bow and arrow is so fucking lit in this game.
It is fucking. Oh!
Spear boys, man, they're the guys you gotta look out for the most, in my opinion.
We just got that reach.
Because they would come out with the stab, which is really hard to like navigate around.
Got him. Give me all the souls. I guess I must not have had a whole lot of souls. Because, I'm not a lot at this point. There's only a couple guys left to kill. So fuck it, I'm going back where it came from. After I get that shit up there.
Have you played Downwell, Tom? Is cool.
I have not. It looks cool. The problem is games cost money.
Downwell is like $1. So Well, I mean, I guess that's still money. But, it's pretty ill. I mean, I don't think you...
I was about to follow that up with, and then they take time to play. And I mean, short supply on both of them.
Right. I mean, Downwell is the type of game that if you were to beat it, it would only take about 25 minutes, but there's no way you're beating it, ever.
Right.
Unless you're banned.
Yeah, it seems like a ban kind of game.
Hey Tom, I want to give you a huge thank you for introducing me to Brutal Doom. I now wish every action game like this had enemies die with a few hits with the same brutal catharsis as they do in that game.
It's the fucking best, dude. Man, I wish I had room to fight these Revenant guys, but I don't. Definitely don't.
Spicy Salts keeps posting, Digi, you're a really great friend for letting Tom stay at your house completely for free. I don't know why he keeps saying it, though. Like, there's nothing to respond to. Thank you for the compliment, I guess. I don't know if this is meant as, like, a slight against Tom.
I mean, there are easier things you can slight me for. Oh, God. That's where the scary guys come in.
Tony, what are your thoughts on communism?
Seize the means of production, dude. Fuck capitalism, it's gay.
There you go.
I mean...
Red Party swag.
Yeah. Oh, God, we're back to these guys, huh? I was having fun fighting normal enemies that didn't do weird things.
I don't trust communism because I can't imagine a full-scale compromise that I would ever agree with.
Yeah. I was kidding, by the way.
While others also agree with it.
Oh no. The swirling pit of doom. Let's stay up here. Oh, you fuckers.
Thanks for the video, Digi. You worded my thoughts. You are a bridge. Thank you. I'm a bridge over troubled water. I just want to know how long it's going to take before I feel the full brunt of whatever backlash is coming. So far, the only person who seems to be, like, really offended is Nino. And I'm not particularly worried about incurring the wrath of Nino. But, who knows what else might lie in store in the future. Is it okay for AI in a game to be dumb? You called the AI in Dark Souls dumb, but those are your favorite games. The dumbness of the AI is a big part of how I'm able to get through these games.
Oh.
But I don't mind too much.
Wow.
That did a lot of fucking damage.
I mean, dude, have you noticed, like, as I started playing this game, every enemy has killed me in one hit? Like, it takes one combo to kill you. Like, just how it is.
I think you're under-leveled. I never die that fast.
Does it tell you what level you're at?
Yeah, on your status screen. But I mean, like, there's a recommended level for the stage.
I think there's only 12. I think I'm up above 12. Yeah, right?
That's a mission level. I don't know, check the status screen. I think that'll tell you. At the very least, at the shrine, it'll tell you. Level 14.
Yeah, so I just...
I'm usually, like, titanically above the level of the level, though. Like, right now I'm playing levels that are, like... Or rather, stages that are, like, level 35 stages, and I'm, like, level 43. How can Ninos be real if our N-words aren't real?
Oh, fuck.
You and Nino should honestly talk it out. I mean, probably. but he seems to already be writing a diss track or whatever, so
Oh, come on.
I guess we'll talk it out over beats.
Oh, Jesus.
The thing about Nino is that I don't really understand how to change his mind because I don't really understand what his end game is. Like, I don't really know why he has taken up the stance that he's taken up.
Where am I going?
Spicy Salt says, Digi, I feel really bad for myself for still being a virgin. Enter fucking Dick Masterson's virgin contest. I mean, it's too late to actually be a participant, but do all the missions that he gives the participants. The first mission is to approach a girl and tell her you're in a virgin contest and ask for advice. So, give that a go. Hey Digi, this season seems to be good. What are your first thoughts? It definitely seems like a better season than we've had lately. I mean, I haven't watched much shit.
Vengeful Spirit Visor.
I love my fucking thumbnail so much. My N-bomb thumbnail with all the red arrows, PewDiePie and Sargon.
It's pretty good.
I wish I could have found a better picture of Sargon, but you know, I didn't want to go any further than a simple Google search.
Everything new weapon-wise. Another one. Oh, that was fun. Oh no! Oh! Jesus. Fuck. Ooh, bitch.
I am indeed going to do Shield Hero Weekly with Nate. Hey Digi, I need your help. My house is on fire. What should I do? Stop, drop, and roll!
17 on pass pro.
Oh, we're past 2 hours, right?
Are we?
Yeah, we're at 2:04.
I feel like it's been that long.
Oh, you've made it to the Grand Cavern. Alright, I'm gonna give you a pro tip right now. Go to the right.
Yeah.
Continue down this road.
Should I kick down that ladder first?
I think that's just a regular ladder. I don't think you have to kick it down. But,
Oh, never mind.
Right. You don't want to kill this guy, but.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I hate how they're still alive after that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Oh, well,
geez.
that's why I don't like it, as you can see.
Alright, just continue forward for a bit. And right when you get past this little wall on your left, you see how there's like a ledge down there that looks walkable? Like
yeah.
just the upper left part of the screen. Yeah, so right past this little wall, you can look down. You'll be able to jump down onto that. Do that.
Okay.
Yeah, just jump down there. And then just haul at, like a red demon's gonna spring up, but just haul ass right through this, and there's a save point on the other end of this bridge. And that is the important boss point save
please,
point.
I can't save
Well,
it.
it's because the guy's right next to you. Can't save it. There's an enemy right on your ass. There's also a ladder I think you can knock down on your right, so at least do that, so you can get back up here easily.
Oh, it's not letting me. Oh, fuck you.
He had iframes. Oh, shit. Well, at least you got that ladder down. It took me... I knew there was a way to get up onto that ledge because I could see an item there, but it took me so fucking long to figure out that I had to drop down onto it. And then when I saw the save point, I was like, motherfucker. Like, that save point is so much closer than this one. And I had been running back for hours. Yeah, now that you've lowered that bridge, you won't have to fight that red demon, so you can just climb up the ladders from the bottom, if you so desire. Please review Goblin Slayer. It's SAO for edgelords. I don't know if it's like SAO particularly. I gave the Goblin Slayer anime a lot of shit when it came out because of the fact that I didn't think it was good, but I don't really begrudge the fact that it's edgy. It's like, I am a huge fan of Berserk. Berserk is edgy as fuck. Like, it's no more edgy than Berserk is.
Guess I didn't go this way. Even though I thought I did. This way?
What weapon are you using, Digi? I'm using the axe pretty much exclusively. I'm a fan of you guys, so I'm asking this question earnestly. Did you read the Sargon quote in full? He didn't just say the N-word, he said something overtly racist. Okay, the way I heard the quote was that he called them a bunch of white N-words, and his reasoning was that he was trying to say that they were acting like what they were accusing black people of being like.
Right.
So, I wouldn't say that that is him being racist. Misguided in his approach, certainly. But, like, I mean, his intention was not racism. It was, if anything, the opposite. He just, you know...
Oh, no.
What, that guy?
Yeah.
You don't gotta worry about that guy.
I'm
Those guys
rolling.
are not actually that hard. They're only about as hard as the red Onis are. as long as you don't stay in front of them, because they're slow and like pretty much any bigger enemy, your goal is just get behind them, you know? Like these guys, just get behind them. Well, not through their fist though. You don't have to drop down onto that bridge again though. You can just go down to the bottom of this
I
area.
just lost
and
all my fucking souls again.
Yeah. Did you have much?
I had like 2 levels worth.
Oh no.
Every time that happens, just like, well, the last 20 minutes just didn't happen. I just literally just sat here and...
Well, you keep all your items.
Items are gay. Nobody cares.
They are in many ways more important than level ups. You can beat the game without leveling up. You can't beat it without items.
This is the story of how I killed myself.
Digi, at a certain point in the new vlog, you seem to equate political correctness with anti-capitalism, despite the premise of the vlog being that speech politics is a marketing ploy by woke corporations. What did you mean by this? Basically, I'm just trying to say that, like, a lot of the people who have these, by the way, there was a Kodama back there that was on the ground. I think he's blending in with the mushrooms, but I saw his ass. Behind, right over there, I think. Just roll through all these mushrooms. They'll fucking... Oh, also this wall you can attack and it's a monster. He's a little tough, but it's a pretty fucking awesome monster. You're gonna want to see him at the very least. He looks a little pissed. There we go.
Well, that's weird.
It's fucking cool. He has a lot of health.
I don't. This will work.
Somehow I doubt it. You can also do jumping attacks from up here.
That didn't work.
Oh well, I guess he wasn't at the right angle.
I feel like I'm not gonna get very far here.
No, you're doing good damage when you hit him, so I think you're fine. Oh, you just fucking bitch slapped him.
Yeah, just like life.
Hey, what was I trying to argue? Just that, yeah, like a lot of these people who are on the side of, like, you know, like language control are also often anti-capitalistic in that they think that the capitalist system, like, inherently victimizes people of like a lower status. And like I agree with that stance, but also that like we live in that system, and I don't necessarily think, like, I don't believe that a communistic system would be better. So it's like, if you want to, you know, it's like if you want the best society, the way to get there is to have a capitalist system where people learn how to live within it, you know? And like, I'm not sure if I'm really answering your question, because the vlog is kind of a clusterfuck, and a lot of things get conflated within it. The main point of the vlog overall is just to show that I can be more offended and upset than the people who are offended and upset, while having the opposite opinion of them.
Why is he there?
It's another guy. You can go to the right and not fight him, though. Incidentally, only the ones that, like, come up out of the mist will stop respawning once you kill them. If they're just, like, out and about, then they'll always be there.
That's weird.
Yeah, this area has a bunch of just, like, big guys who are out and about, and then just, like, a couple who come out of the ground. It says Sargon wasn't attacking the premise of alt-writers being wrong. He just said they were acting like the people they hate. He didn't dispute their hate. I mean, I don't think his argument was good. Like, I don't think Sargon argues well. I think that the way he argues always comes off like you could have said something way better. Like, he's always trying to catch people in some kind of, like, logical trap, but his logic isn't that great. He doesn't, like, go for the best option. He just, like, tries to come up with shit off the fly.
Big show.
Which one? The one you were on?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Did he listen to the whole thing?
He said, yeah, he did. He said he's gonna probably start listening to it regularly.
Your dad would love the Dick Show. It's fucking
No.
right up his alley politically. I mean, that shit is long as fuck, though. But your dad has tons of time, so he could listen to that shit in his car drives and fucking catch up through the whole thing. He'd have to probably figure out who the fuck Maddox is, though. What's your favorite boss in Bloodborne? I don't know. It's been a while since I played Bloodborne. Hey Digi, at the end of your blog when you did the bro fist and put your face on the camera, that image would hurt to my dreams in a bad way.
What's
Hurt to
happening?
my dreams.
Fuck this game. It sucks.
Well, we can stop any time, bro. We've been going forever.
This is my life now. Playing infuriating games.
Invisible says, my argument is this. Be against deplatforming if you want, but don't frame the argument as people are banned for saying the M word, as people are banned for being racist. I don't think Sargon... Like, when it comes to racism, like, what is or isn't racism, that comes down to intentionality. Like, even if Sargon phrased something like a moron, he was not trying to be racist. Like, his stance was anti-racism. So I don't think it's fair to say that, like, you could say that, like, what he said was accidentally construed as racism, but, like, we know that that was not his intent.
What are you fucking... What?
You didn't hear that guy behind you, dude? I heard that guy following you.
This game sucks, major donkey nutsack. Fuck this shit. Oh my god. I hate it. I hate it so much. It just hates you. It's just made by people who hate you. I don't want my game to fucking punk me.
How is his stance anti-racism? He agreed with alt-writers' racist views, but then just added that they're acting like the people they hate. Did he say that? I don't think his intention was to agree with them at all.
No, the point
He was saying that you guys, what you guys are saying black people are like, you yourselves are like that. He was not saying that black people are like that. He was saying that they, the people who he's talking to,
he's trying
are
to
like
pulling
that.
out hypocrisy.
He's trying to be clever is the problem. Like, he's trying to be smarmy and fucking clever and be like, oh, you guys call them this, but you yourselves are this. Ugh, you know, like, to throw it back in their faces. His choice of phrasing in doing so was obviously going to piss off other people than the ones he was arguing with a lot more.
I mean, the whole...
You know?
It's so disingenuous, though, because this... When he said this, it was almost a year old by the time...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought this was
this was a
news.
stream from, like, forever ago.
I see.
and someone just happened to find it and dig it back up and be like, oh,
Looking for a smoking gun.
sure, that's exactly what happened.
I don't understand why someone would phrase it that way unless they were trying to meet alt-righters at their viewpoints. I don't see how you think that at all.
It was trying to be a gotcha.
Yeah, he's trying to catch them in a...
It was trying to be exposing, look how hypocritical you are.
The whole point of the thing is that he was debating against their viewpoint, right? Like, wasn't it him versus the alt-right?
Yeah, it was a debate on someone else's channel, and he was...
Because he considers himself center-left, like, he does not consider himself a right-winger at all.
I mean, he has not ever expounded racist views.
Right. Like, I think the point of it was that he was trying to call them racist, just in a really... Like, again, he's trying to be clever. The problem is that, like, the way that those people... Like, none of those people were going to be mad that he called them that. And I think that's why it's not a working argument in that context. Because, yes, it is a gotcha, but, like, it's not going to work on that opponent. If anything, it's just going to piss off a totally different group of people. And that's why I think it was dumb of him to say it. And that's why it's weird that he didn't... Like, that he's, like, standing by the statement. Like, I understand standing by your principles and, like, not taking back what you said, but can you at least acknowledge that you could have argued better, you know?
He did the exact same thing a couple years ago with the whole Jess Phillips thing. I don't know if you remember, if you heard about that. Like, he actually got on, like, national news in, like, the UK because there was, like, this female MP, Jess Phillips, and she basically, like, someone in, like, the UK Parliament or whatever was trying to, like, talk about, like, bringing up, like, men's issues and, like, trying to get them talked about, like, having a meeting to talk about them, and she laughed at him. Like, she was just laughing at him for being an idiot. Like, trying to be like, oh, yeah, like, men's issues don't matter now. Or just, her point was, every day is talking about men's issues, so we don't...
When?
Yeah. But
whenever.
Right. She was an idiot. But, like, it was, like, talking about, like, you know... dumb shit. And one thing led to another, and eventually he said, as a way of, like, trying to, like, do another gotcha thing, he's like, Jess, I wouldn't even rape you.
I remember that.
And, like, he was trying, you know, and, like, if you take that completely literally, then, yeah, I guess it's fine. But, like, it just sounds like you're so ugly, I wouldn't even want to fuck you. Right? Like, and there's just there's no really defensible position for that, but he, you know, tripled down on it. And still references it to this day like it was some sort of win. And even as someone who's, like, sympathetic to Sargon's point of view,
break
for the
away
most
from this
part,
guy and head hard right.
Hard right?
Yeah, hard right.
Behind him?
Directly right angle right now. Like, not worried about him that way, yes. Find that ladder that you had knocked down to get to the area above you. No, it's over the other way, I think. Because the save point, you want to get to that save point. Actually, no, it's further to the left. Keep going, yeah, this way, go left. And there'll be a ladder here. I think this leads up to that spot. I hope I'm right. Yeah, that second ladder was the one you knocked down. And then now you should be able to save without having to fight the red demon. I hope. Yes. Yes, progress.
Do I just end it here?
If you want.
I mean, I can keep going, but we also cannot keep going.
I would rather not. It's been 2:22.
Let's fucking kill it. Thanks, everybody. Big games you want to see. Gay games.
I am language politics.
Oh, no.
Alright. Be the games you want to see.